Shrimpo! If you're man enough to take on the one and only Mr. Satan, then step right up! It's over! Let's do it! You're still just a novice. I am the Mr. Satan, Dynamite King! Huh? No way! Dynamite King! Dynamite King! Huh? Behold, this is my true power. Here's something to remember me by. Eat this. Oh yeah, game over. I'm the strongest guy around. Now I'll finish you. No way, that doesn't.
Mr. Satan, are you okay?
Boo! Dynamite! I could have handled you all by myself.
And here we have the promised Hercule Moveset, because I can't believe I was about to go on to villains, and I totally forgot to do Hercule, Videl, and Jacko. Now, Jacko isn't in this game, but for Xenoverse, I got to do Videl, Great Fairy Woman, and for this game, I have to do just Videl. Although likelihood is I will be doing Great Fairy Woman again, considering that, well, she's probably going to be a playable transformation for Videl, but, anyways. Hercule is he's a gag character. So, much like my Xenoverse review of his moveset, I am not going to be judging him harshly, because he's a joke character. He's not meant to be good. Although, Hercule does have a little cheese to him. But, anyways, to be completely decent. Hi, Shimmer. Well, for one, he has the weak character. Well, I've been calling it the weak character combo. It's not really, because other characters, like Buff Trunks, have it. I don't really know what contests characters to have it, but Hercule's attack is just bad. Even his combos are bad. His friggin' opponents get super armor the entire time, obviously because he's a joke character, but his basic strings are, they are okay. They're what you would expect. I think Hercule really shines in his combos. These, like, double punches and these kicks are very much what Hercule would do. And kind of does in the show anyway, so it's nice to see that. And obviously, you have the effect of where, like, you have the effect for Hercule, like when he hits Cell and he does no damage. That's kind of what this is meant to be. Now, he has a fun grab with all of the sound effects and all the other stuff that happens to him. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Dynamite Kick actually has two versions, which is a callback from Budokai Tenkaichi 3, because this move, I believe it's Dynamite Kick. It might be Hercule's ultimate, but in Budokai Tenkaichi 3, there's actually a chance that Hercule's rushes do 0 damage whatsoever. As we see here, it did no damage, and it is random. But usually what I've found is if you're, like, closer or whatever, it, like, if you're like right up next to them, I think it's a better chance that it actually hits them back. Besides you rushing and actually like going towards them, um, I do like that the music stops before Hercule does his punch, no matter what, to gear up. Like, oh, is he gonna do it? Is he gonna do it? And he fails. Also, it has a nice little like pow or onomatopoeia above his head. That's really cool. I like that they reused that for Gamma 2, except where like Gamma 2 is out the entire way. Now we have the other present for you, which is his best move, because you can spam this with a certain setup. Uh, I just I love the way it drops into the opponent's hands, and the opponent just looks at it like, "What the hell?" And then we see Hercule laugh, and then it explodes. Yeah, it does no damage, but it is funny to use, and that's what makes it really good. It's funny to use, and that's all you can ask for a joke character like Hercule. Is you want the opponent to be in like a funny pose or look perplexed at like a gift, and that's what we got here for Hercule. He has one of the best auras. He has one of the best charge auras because it's literally a spotlight over him, which is nice. Now, his ult actually, I think, has changed from Budokai Tenkaichi 3. Hercule, similar to Yajirobe, jumps back in fear. Boo comes in, and now Hercule goes blow for blow with Boo, choreographing their attacks before they both ended with a dynamite kick. It's it's a nice ultimate, and it is actually paced really well. I like how you can see both Hercule and Boo actually fighting and doing stuff. Besides it just being Boo for the entire time, Boo jumps back and Hercule comes in with the dynamite kick. So I'm happy to see that they do a whole combo together, and it is really fluent. It's actually one of the best rushes or one of the better rush ultimates in the game. Because it takes its time. We can see Hercule and we can see Boo doing their stuff. Makes sense to me. Hey, it's pretty cool. And now, time for the final event.
Well, I'm pretty good when I have to be. The fate of any who dares to defy me will be an untimely demise.
Welcome. That was the match for Hercule. So I will be transparent about this. I did not have this on Ultra. I don't believe it would have been possible for me to beat Goma at all on Ultra using Hercule. Definitely don't think that that would have been a possible feat. So I put him on weak, and I almost still lost. Mainly because Hercule takes a fuck ton of damage. Goma's a DLC character, and Hercule doesn't really do a lot of damage, which is why there was a lot of ult spam and a lot of present spam, which is something I do want to quickly talk about. Is when fighting my friend online, we discovered this that if you give Hercule something like God Key, basically give him certain items that reduce the amount of key reducted when using a attack, and something that also something like God Key, and I think it's called Key Control. Key Control halves the amount of bars you need to do certain for your attacks, and God Key makes it so if you miss a attack, you regain that key that's lost. You can loop the opponent with Hercule by doing that over and over and over again. It's not just because he was a weak AI that he was stuck on this loop. I cannot get out of this loop when it happens to me, and I'm a real player, especially if you're low on key. It's especially because it happens straight about, and you can't block it either. Your only choice is to dodge it, but when you dodge it, another one's coming straight for you. Which does make it a little funny, but I thought I would just shut it off and kill Goma that way. With that being said, Hercule has a pretty unique ending screen where you can't hear it with the music. Let me just shut up for a second. You can kind of hear it. There are people screaming in the background, like in the World Tournament stage, which is cool. I like that. That's a little neat add-on. But anyhow, time for the ranking. Where does Hercule stand in the ranking, and how does the Sparking Zero Hercule match up to Budokai Tenkaichi 3 and Raging Black? And Xenoverse 2 Hercule? Well, admittedly, Hercule is a very he is one of those characters that, yes, is a gag character, but because he's a gag, that does not necessarily mean he's a bad character. As we saw with Xenoverses, how I ranked Xenoverses being S tier, I wouldn't put this Hercule as S tier. He's either A or B tier in my personal opinion, but he has no stock moves. All of his moves are actual stuff that he can do and could do. Dynamite Kick is his signature attack. I do kind of wish it was his ultimate, but again, it's the de facto Hercule move. You could not ask for anything more. If a Hercule doesn't have Dynamite Kick, that ain't a Hercule. That's a Zeus. Anyways, with that being spoken of, though, all of his moves are perfect for him. They're right up in his alley, and for most things, I don't really have anything to really say, other than, yeah, Hercule's a good character. I'm gonna put him in B tier because I don't think he deserves his combos and the way Sparking Zero has a weaker combo set work for him is really bad. But it helps to sell that he's weak as shit, which is what you want. But that does hold him back a little bit. Everything else is pretty much perfect. I would have liked for him to have more outfits in the game. I think this is the only one he has. I don't even think he has the Super Saiyan Hercule, which would have been really funny if they actually made that one good and gave him actual, like, attacks. I just think that would be really funny. But Anyways, how does this Hercule stand up to all the other Hercules? Well, I'm gonna say that this one is probably it might be the best, but I'm gonna put this Hercule in middle tier. It's gonna go Budokai Tenkaichi 3, Sparking Zero, and then Xeno. Xeno is the best one. I rank it higher, and he has better combos than this version. And I just think that Sparking Zero's version of Hercule is better than the one from Budokai Tenkaichi 3. There's not see which I'm struggling trying to figure out what to say because Hercule's one of these characters where he doesn't have a lot, and everything he does have is perfect pretty much. I literally have nothing bad to say, so it's like I don't really have anything negative to say or how to improve this character's moveset. So yeah, with further ado though, that we're gonna be doing Videl next. So I hope everybody looks forward to that.